everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you're wondering why I have two different kind of eye looks on right now, it's because I recently just did purchase the new Jaclyn Volume 2 palette and I really wanted to try as many colours as I could within the palette, so I did two separate kind of eye looks to show you guys exactly what I kind of think of this one. I did buy this palette with my own money too, so I'm just going to be totally brutally honest with you guys and just tell you exactly what I think about this little palette right here. Here's a little close up of the eye looks that I created. I did more kind of colourful dramatic one, and then I also did a more kind of soft, neutral, kind of blown out smoky eye as well. So this palette was around, I think it was like nearly £40, which is a really good price for this palette considering you do get like, I think it's like 35 different shades as well inside this palette. It just came in this little box here and it just has a little photo of Jaclyn herself on the back and just kind of like a little quote and just a little bit of information about the palette too. And then the actual packaging of the palette is just super sleek and basic. I do really like it. It's just kind of glossy white with her kind of signature silver kind of writing on it, and then inside here is all the colours. I do actually have the original Volume 1 version of this palette, but I don't have it actually with me today, which is so annoying because I could have like compared both of them together and showed you guys exactly like Volume 2 versus Volume 1, but I don't have it with me unfortunately. But this is what the colours of the Volume 2 looks like. Compared to Volume 1, it's a little bit more, this one is totally a lot more colourful. You can see there's a lot more pinky colours, reds, purples, and then you do have a little bit of more neutral shades here. With the original palette, it just came with more like neutral tones, more browns, and more kind of like dimmed down colours, which are totally good for like someone who likes more kind of natural shades as well. So if you guys want to see how I created these two looks that I have in my eyes right now, and if you want to see on here what I have to say about this palette here, then just keep on watching and I will do a little summary kind of at the end of the video too on what I think as well. But I'm so excited, but yeah. So I've already just went ahead and filled in my eyebrows, and for that I used the Be Perfect Indestructible brow pencil in the shade brown. And now what I'm going to do is go in with my P. Louise eyeshadow base and use this to carve out underneath my eyebrows and also as my eyeshadow primer today. This base here is my all-time favourite. I know it works amazing, and it works amazing with like every single eyeshadow palette that I've used previous. So I definitely want to make sure I'm using the base that I know works well with the eyeshadows that I'm going to use, since this is a first impression. So, and my favourite all-time carving brush as well is the Zoeva 144 Soft Concealer Brush too. So the first colour that I'm going to go in with is this one here called Living My Best, which is like a pure like hot red kind of shade. Whenever you first put your brush into the pan, there is a little bit of fallout, but I mean fallout doesn't really mean nothing. Like I hate whenever certain like beauty YouTubers would be like, oh my god, it has like so much fallout, like it's so bad, and you're just kind of sitting there thinking like it doesn't really matter. As long as the eyeshadow itself performs well, then it doesn't really matter if there's fallout or if there's not fallout, you know what I mean? I don't really care nonetheless. So I'm going to take this colour and put it right through like my crease area first, and oh my god, look at this. I literally just dipped my brush in a few times and look how pigmented this red has actually came out. You know how sometimes you get a red eyeshadow and it ends up just going on and it just looks totally pink? Well, this one is actually like red, and I've only really filled up my brush 2 times so far, and I've already got this colour pigmentation. Like it's so good so far. What I'm going to do is just slightly kind of blend these edges just a little bit just before I go in with my second colour. I'm just slightly blending these edges, and this red colour is so nice. And even whenever you blend your edges, it still stays red. It isn't going pink at all, which is good. So I'm then going to go in with this one here called No Joke, which is just like the bright yellow within the palette, and I'm going to use this along the edges of that red colour. And this one doesn't seem to have as much fallout in the pan, but again, I'm not even going to comment on the fallout too much because it doesn't really matter, you know what I mean? I'm going to take another wee small brush and just lightly put this on the edges of where the red colour is. So far so good with the yellow as well. I feel like it's not as intense as the yellow within the Be Perfect Carnival Stacey Marie palette. I feel like it's not as intense as that one, but it's still nice, you know, it's going on really well, and I'm just having to load my brush up a little bit more often with it. But apart from that, it's still good. I mean, there's still nothing wrong with it at all. So now that I have the yellow one, I'm going to go back to the original brush that I used earlier with that red colour on it, and I'm just going to use this same brush and just blend it up closer to the yellow, just to make sure it's all nice and soft together. What I'm going to do now is go in with the P. Louise blank canvas base, and I'm going to use this and kind of apply some just on my lid kind of area. I'm not going for a cut crease. I just want to apply a little bit of this just to kind of blank it out again so that I can try the shimmer colours. I'm literally taking the tiniest little bit of this because I'm only really adding this on because I want to have something for the shimmer colours to really stick to. So I'm just applying this kind of like on my lid area. So I'm just applying this here just so that the shimmer colours have something to stick to, because whenever you start layering like too much powders on top of powders, that's whenever they start getting quite patchy. That's why I like to go in with the P. Louise blank canvas base, just to really blank everything out again and to create that really nice wee sticky base too. And then once you have that on, I'm just going to take the same brush that I used just to apply it just to kind of pat it down and just take away any excess product. So now that I've added that P. Louise base on, it's kind of made the red look a little bit pinky, so I am going to go out with a little bit more red on the brush and just re-add it back into that crease area, but trying to keep it more so like on the crease rather than on my actual lid. So for my lid, I want to go in with these kind of 3 colors. So I'm going to start out with this one in the inner corner, put this one like more so on my actual lid, and then maybe blend it into this kind of shimmery one here. I'll do a swatch of all 3 shades that I want to use on my lid, and I do feel like different kind of formulas each and every single one of them. So that's a swatch of those 3 colors right there. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So I'm going to start off with this color here and put this more so in my inner corner. I'm literally just putting this one right into my inner corner, and so far, oh my god, it seems really pigmented. And normally these colors can go on a little bit patchy, but this one seems to be quite good. And it looks white, but then whenever the light hits it, it kind of has like that pinky purpley kind of iridescent glow to it. So I'm just building up a few layers of that into my inner corner, and then I'm going to go with the shade Talia and put it more so on my actual eyelid. This one here doesn't really seem to pick up on the brush as well, so I feel like this is one of those shades that would apply a lot better with your finger. So I'll try it with the brush first of all, and if it doesn't really work, I'll use my finger. Whenever you first put this color on, it's more of like a pressed kind of glitter, kind of foily, like chunky kind of glittery kind of situation. It's hard to explain because it's not like your just standard like shimmer color. I feel like this kind of isn't really a formula that I would really go for that much, because I feel like I've got pressed versions of shades like this and they're just dead straight up pigmented straight away, whereas this one I feel like you have to go in with a good bit on your brush and really layer it on. And you can see I'm really pressing on my brush too to get it nice and strong as well. So I'll use my finger to apply it and see if it goes on. So yeah, definitely, oh my god. So it definitely goes on better with your finger. So you can see already by putting this on with my finger, it's a lot more opaque looking right there. And then now what I'm going to do is go in with this one here and just put it right beside this one. So far I really love the first 2 matches that I used earlier. So that red and the yellow was really good. The pinky kind of colour in my inner corner, I mean, it's nothing special. Like, it's not like, oh my god, this is amazing. I feel like this colour here out of the 3 shimmers that I did use is my favourite, which is this kind of more orangey type one. This one here that I thought looked gorgeous kind of in the pan, it just didn't really transfer as well onto the eye than what it does kind of like in the palette, you know what I mean? So I feel like to have to go ahead and apply it with your finger, it's just too much hassle for me, and I would prefer to go with more of like a loose kind of pigment to kind of get that real like shimmery kind of effect. I feel like this one is just kind of like, you know, I'll never really reach for it, but I definitely like the more orangey kind of coppery colour there. So on this side what I want to do is use more so of like the warmer kind of brown tones, because I feel like they're kind of ones that I would use more so on myself. But on clients, totally, I'll do looks like this, crazy looks like this, and so far this eye has turned out really good. I really do like it, but I definitely want to try more of these like warmer kind of brown colours, so that's what I'm going to do on this side. The first colour that I'm going to take is going to be this one here called Homebody, and I think this one is probably the nicest one within the entire palette, like brown wise, compared to like all these browns and stuff, and this one and this one. I feel like Homebody is definitely one that I would definitely reach for like a lot, because it's kind of like that just warm tone brown that I really like. This colour I'm just going to focus it on the outer corner more so, because I don't want to bring it the whole way across, because I want to keep it more of like a traditional kind of smoky eye. So I'm just placing this colour more so just right under the outer corner here, and then I'm just using that same brush and I'm going to use this to lightly kind of soften that edge just for my next colour. The next shade that I'm going to take is this one right here, and this one's called Love Handles, and this one's kind of like a brown but has a little bit more of like a peachy pinky kind of undertone. As you can see, it's not just like a brown, it's kind of more like peachy looking. I'm going to take this colour and just put it right along the edges of that other brown colour that we applied, so just right along here. It all goes a long way on your brush, like you literally just need to tap your brush into the colour once and then put it on, and then that literally does you. Like, do not go around and round and round with your brush in the pan, because you'll just waste so much product. So literally one wee tap in the pan and you get so much colour under your brush. And then I'm going back into that original brown colour that I applied earlier. I'm just going to go in and re-intensify that, because I always like to go back in and repeat my steps a second time around, just to really like pull all the colours together, because sometimes whenever you overlap them they create like a wee random kind of like weird layer in between, and so it's good to go back in and reapply your colours, especially after you've just applied them. It makes them look so much better. And with that other brown colour, Love Handles, I only really brought it to kind of like here, because I want to use like a brighter kind of shimmer in this area, and I also kind of pulled it out a little bit more because I want to do more of like a bronzy kind of look at my skin later on, so I feel like this kind of like pulled out kind of smoky eye will suit that a little bit better too. This kind of section of the palette here is just so gorgeous, because these shimmery colours, these are more so kind of like that shimmery colour there, but I hope to god they apply a little bit better than what that one did, more so because I said that one was, it applied good with your finger but just not good with a brush, and I feel like eyeshadows, especially nowadays, they just need to apply good all around rather than having to like change your tools, you know, to get them to actually perform well. So I'm hoping that these ones over here are a little bit better. I'm going to take this shade here called Certified and put this on like the first half of my eyelid. This colour here seems so pigmented and it's so buttery and soft as well. Sometimes colours like this can be very chalky and go on a little bit patchy, whereas this one's staying nice and smooth and buttery, which is a good sign too. I'm then going to put this shade here just across the rest of my eyelid, and this one seems a little bit more pigmented than that one. I was going to go with that one originally. That one seems to be just more of like a shimmery kind of topper to put on top of your eyeshadow, whereas this one here actually does have a good bit of pigment to it too. So this colour, I'm literally just putting it right beside the matte colour and the more paler kind of white in the inner corner. It does seem quite pigmented, but again, you really have to press it on to get it to kind of stick down to your eye, whereas some kind of shimmery products that I have just literally attach straight away, whereas these ones you're kind of have to push them in more, which isn't a problem, but I feel like some people would know that that's kind of what you have to do with this kind of formula of eyeshadow. Matte ones were great, like this inner corner one was beautiful, but these shimmery ones are a little bit dodgy. But once you kind of conquer the technique on how to actually get them on, they're gorge. But if you don't know how to do that, then it could be a problem. You know, you might be a little bit like, oh god, why does this not look good, or why is it not being like very pigmented or something. This here is what the shade of Rider Diamonds looks like, and you can see as a finger swatch it looks gorgeous, but then once you actually try and apply it with a brush, it's a little bit hard. So I'm just going to go with my finger and just press it right on top, and using your finger with this colour, like look how much I added like a nice wee shimmer onto that. Hopefully you guys can see it on camera, but the shimmer colours aren't my favourite. I must have to say they're not my favourite whatsoever. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is apply some lashes, and the lashes that I'm going to be using today are my lashes by Chloe Morton in the style of Cleo. This is what the style of Cleo looks like here. They're so gorgeous. They're kind of like the style Luxe, only a little bit more dramatic. They're definitely not for the kind of like more natural kind of lash type girl. These ones are a little bit more for like your dramatic kind of babes, and these ones are just gorgeous. I love these. Again, these are one of my other personal kind of favourites. They're all my favourites, but in particular I love these ones, and Luxe especially. So this is what my eyes kind of look like before without any lashes on, and then I will show you guys what they look like whenever I have the lashes on in 2 seconds. So this is what the eyelashes look like whenever they're on. Oh my god, I am totally obsessed. Here is a little close-up of the eyes complete. So that's one side, and that's one variation that you can do with a palette, and then that's one side. And then just look at these lashes, like how nice are they? They're so full and dramatic, and they're just nice because they're kind of like spaced out, so they're not completely like just black all around. They're kind of, you've got like little bits of like more dramaticness like along the strip, if that makes sense. And like I said before, if you do want to purchase your own lashes, the link will be in the description box down below too. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is just kind of speed through my base routine. I will include it within this video, but I just kind of do a talk through and just put music over it, just because you guys have seen me do my base like a lot of times, and this video is more so focused on the eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I'll just speed through that, and then I'll come back whenever I have to do like the underneath lower lash line part. Called Therapy Session, just take it on a small little pencil brush, and I'm just going to literally like run this along my lower lash line. When we dab into the palette, and you can see like you get literally so much on your brush, so just make sure that you're going to top off the excess as well, because you don't want to get like a lot of fallout, especially now that we have our base done. I'm literally just going back and forth and applying a little bit of this on my lower lash line. So it has applied, really pigmented, and the colour is definitely nice and strong. Like it's a purple that I don't really have many, like I haven't seen a shade of purple like this really before, so I'm happy that I have it within this palette, and it applies really well. I feel like all the matte shades within this palette are just amazing. They blend really well together, and to be honest, I would more so use matte colours within palettes a lot more frequently than the actual shimmers. Like I would prefer to use like a loose kind of pigment more so for my shimmer colours, so I'm glad the matte shades are really good, because the shimmers I'm just not really like a total fan of. I'm then going to go in just with that yellow shade there and just blend it along my lower lash line just beside that purple colour. And then on this side, I think I want to keep it more like softer and just kind of blow it out a little bit more like on the outer corner. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of that same shade that I used earlier, so this one right here, this one, and I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of that just right on my outer corner, just to kind of connect it in with the outer corner, so it kind of like connects in with the sweet part like right here. And then I'm going to go in with that same Love Handle shade from earlier too, and just kind of smoke it out with a little bit of this one. So I'm just kind of like running it along, and then I'm just going to like drag it up a little bit more, because I want it to be a little bit more smoky, so I'm just going to keep on dragging it up Then I'm going to go in and take that same matte kind of creamy colour and put this into my inner corner, and then also add a little bit of mascara as well. So guys, that's pretty much the entire look, and so far I must say I do really like this palette. I would say 95% of me is just obsessed with it. I do love the colour scheme. I love those kind of pinky colours, the more warm tone browns, and I do like the more kind of variation of the softer browns too on the bottom, which are really nice. And I do really love that matte kind of off-whitey shade too that I use in my inner corner here. The mattes are unbelievable within this palette. The shimmer colours are just like, I'm just kind of like, you know, they're not amazing. They're not one of those palettes where you would swatch it and be like, holy god, these shimmers. I'm kind of like that with mattes. The mattes are good, but then again, they're just kind of basic matte shades that work well. They're nothing like different and just, you know, completely different than what's already out there on the market already. But the shimmer shades, they are gorgeous whenever you kind of finger swatch them. There is a few that are super pigmented and apply really good. Like that there shade that I used earlier, Flamed and Odd, the more orangey colour, that one applied really good. But whenever it comes to the Talia shade and a few of the other ones around here, they just didn't pick up well on the actual brush. So then you were having to use your finger more so to really press it on. And that is just like, I just can't be bothered doing shit like that. Like I prefer just to go for like a loose pigment where you get the shimmer like straight up rather than have to go ahead and use your fingers, because I am a makeup artist and I don't think doing something like that is going to be the most effective way, especially working on clients, just so unhygienic. So brushes for me are my best tools, and for having to use your finger with certain eyeshadow within this palette, it's just kind of annoying for me. So the shimmers are kind of like a no from me, but the mattes are like a hell yeah, like they're really good. They blended so well, they're amazing. But overall, I think for the price, it's a really good palette to have, and if you have the first one, I feel like you might as well just go ahead and buy the second one. The shimmers aren't totally bad, you know what I mean? Like I am being a little bit harsh, but I feel like you just want to have a palette that just works all around, and those shimmers just aren't kind of cutting it for me, but the matte colours are incredible. But yeah, that's pretty much my honest thoughts on the entire palette. I feel like it's really good for the price. It's really easy accessible. You can get it on the Morphe UK website, and I'll leave a link to where I got mine, which was on the Morphe UK website down below if you do want to buy it yourself. But if there's any other product you'd like me to review on my YouTube channel, then just comment down below and I can buy it in and I can try it for you guys, because I love trying out new products, especially products that are going around the kind of industry a lot and you want to really know, like I want to really try them to see if they're actually like genuine good products or not, you know what I mean? And I love doing these types of videos too, because it's kind of like a little investigation to see what actually works and what doesn't, you know? Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and also hit the little subscribe button down below too. I love you guys and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!